I had no sound that time. Sorry about that. Welcome to Stash Wars Live. My mic was off. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh man, sorry about that. Welcome to Stash Wars Live. Mike the Sig Slayer here. I'm starting all over. Tonight's topic is who is the top dog in the game. Let me bring it back here. I went on a whole tirade with no sound. Goofy Mike. Anyway, who is the top comic book creator in the game? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And as I was saying here, we're going to be having a discussion portion of tonight's live, and I want to hear your take. I want to hear your take on who you think is the top comic book artist in the game, and what are your criteria? Because I'm not, what does it mean to be the best or top dog? It's all subjective. That's why we want to know what your take is. Sorry about that technical difficulty, guys, for not having sound. But then before we get anything, and like I said before, smash that like button as soon as you get into the chat. And then the other thing that I wanted to show is tonight we're going to be giving away 3 prizes. Okay, tell your homeboys, come on, come all. Tonight's hashtag to win one of 3 prizes is Stash Wars Live. Put Stash Wars Live in the comments. Come on, come on. I'm not going to tell you what the prize is going to be tonight because it's going to be related to tonight's topic. So Stash Wars Live in tonight's chat. Let me put that banner up. Stash Wars Live. I'm going to start drawing right now. Okay, so I got the entries going. Comment Stash Wars Live, and I will make the prize announcements later on in the show. But comment Stash Wars Live tonight in tonight's chat. So we want that. And then I'm gonna put that back up here on this. Comment Stash Wars Live so y'all know what's up. I want y'all to know what's up. Tonight's topic is going to be who do you think is the number one top artist in all the comic books. But before we do that, we always got to get into our Comic-Con previews. And this weekend, we have C2E2. And last year I was there. This year I'm not. I'm just checking the comments. Yep, we got a comment. We got our first comment. Stash Wars Live. What up, SEG? Comment Stash Wars Live. I was at C2E2 last year, and it was fantastic. Met Jorge Jimenez for the first time. Saw Jason, Sean Alexander, Trish Forstner, Tony Fleece, a bunch of guys. James Tynan the fourth. It's one of the best shows in all of America, in all of the land. And this weekend is C2E2, and it actually started tonight. Today, I should say, rather. And it will go all the way until Sunday. And so we're going to unpack that guest list right now, just so you guys, and like I said, hashtag greatest defined, greatest defined by currently in the game. Does interiors too? Okay, that's the whole point, SCG. What is your criteria? What is your criteria? Okay, I would say the criteria, just to throw it out there, they have to be doing work currently in the game. So they have to be, it's not like a Hall of Fame lifetime achievement kind of thing. It's like who got pages or who is doing covers right now, who got the prestige factor, who is people lining up at shows for, who signature everybody wants. I mean, all of that in a gumbo pot to me would comprise of who's the top dogs in the game. And I have actually four contestants that I'm going to bring up, in the discussion to kind of draw this along. By no means am I saying these are the top 4. These are the top 4, unequivocally. I'm saying that these are the top 4 of my favorites of what I think is, and I'll give you the criteria of that as well. So that's the consider. That's a great question, SCG. So you can define the criteria, but those are some of my things, popularity, sales, activity, all of that. what will you think? So we're going to open up for discussion later on, and also, as always, I like to reward the best caller of the night. So the best caller of the night will receive a prize as well, because hey man, it's all about that engagement. But back to this, like I said, the first prize, Stash Wars Live, in the comments, and we're gonna draw later on as we get into more of the show. But I want to dive into C2E2 real quick. I want to get into that because I wish I was there, to be honest with you. I really do. I realized that there were some people that kind of made last minute announcements that's going to be there. And as I do, I kind of scroll down until I see some people that are familiar to me, at least. If there was more people, more panelists, they would say, hey, stop here, stop there. But I'm stopping here at Arthur Adams. Okay. So off the rip, Arthur Adams is going to be at C2E2 now. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Put in the chat, what is your favorite Arthur Adams, or better yet, what is Arthur Adams' most notable work? What is it, a single issue? Is it a run? Tell us in the chat, what is Arthur Adams most known for? Always got to give a shout out to Donna Gilio. Anybody that was a former guest on the show, always got to give props to. Donna Gilio, he goes to a lot of shows. Like to give him props. Great art. He's a painter. He does digital work as well, but mostly he's a painter on a digital platform. And I think he said he's migrating back to a traditional painting on some of the stuff. Benjamin Percy is going to be here, and this is a little teaser, a little Easter egg for in a few minutes. I'm going to show you something Benjamin Percy related, but he's a hot writer for Marvel, Wolverine, everything pretty much, and he's been doing a lot of the Predator crossovers for Marvel as of late. Scrolling down. Who do I see? Who pops out? Obviously, Chris Claremont pops out. Now, where it is on the street is Chris Claremont is $20 now. It's Chris Claremont $20 a signature? Let me know if Chris Claremont is $20 a signature. X-Men Annual 14 or New Fantastic Four issues from back in the day is what he's most known for. Okay. If C2E2 was next week, I would have been there. Yeah, man. I couldn't make it. But okay. All right. So okay. I like where you're going with this, SCG. I like where you're going with this. Don't forget, guys. Just letting you know. You want to be telling everybody to put in the comments, Stash Wars Live. Stash Wars Live. All right. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Chris Claremont, I think it's $20. Can anybody confirm? Last time I was in a Chris Claremont line, I want to say it was 2022. He was $10. And I believe he was $10 in 2023 when my friends saw him in line. Moving along, Cully Hamner. I believe Cully Hamner is $10. Blue Beetle, JSA, mostly DC. For the DC heads out there. You got Dan Parent. David Finch. Now, David Finch is with Essential Sequential at that table, and he's $10 straight up, $10 Chuck. So he's tier 1. I would encourage you guys, if you guys haven't already, check out David Finch's portfolio next time he's in your local con or next con you go to. He has some sick art, man, and not just comic book, traditional, pencil ink, published pages stuff, but he's an excellent painter. I mean, the stuff is super pricey, but it's beautiful. It really is. Check out David Barron's stuff. David signs your original art for free. Now that's good to know. Believe Cully. Okay, so Cully was a last minute cancellation. Okay, there's going to be a last minute addition to this show that kind of ticked me off because it would have really, I don't know if I would have went, but it would have, I guess, increased my FOMO, I guess, even more. Dustin Wynn. Now, this is, I don't know if you guys remember, but Dustin Wynn, we did like a show and a half on Dustin. I mean, Ascender, Descender, Batman and Robin, Detective Comics, excellent watercolor, one of the best in the world. But he had, I believe, is going to be the most fieriest, spiciest social media rant in the comic book world, probably of 2025. I honestly believe that he just ethered Marvel for no good reason other than he believes that Marvel should, treat their pay their artists better, and I dug it because he was just sticking up for the people that are going to be behind him, the next generation of artists, and making sure that they're taken care of or paid adequately. So I really thought that it was a funny, hilarious post. Check it out. Eric Larson is going to be there. Now this is a treat. Eric Larson, he doesn't go to many shows, but he's going to be at C2E2. The creator of Savage Dragon, Image, one of the Image founders, obviously did tons of Marvel stuff before he co-founded Image. And just to let you guys know, Eric Larson is going to be a guest on Sig Slayers in 2 weeks. So book that. We have Philip Kennedy Johnson this upcoming Thursday, and then the week after, we have Eric Larson. But you guys can see him. Whoever is in Chicago can see him this weekend, or probably already saw him, or probably going to see him tomorrow. Scrolling down, and Eric Larson, you know what? I don't know how much Eric Larson charges. I got to figure that out. Let me know in the chat if you guys know how much Eric Larson charges per signature. Now, Frank Cho, I mean, this dude's expensive, but he gives you his money's worth, your money's worth for your commission, man, because they're pretty much one of a kind, and he always has funny ass punchlines to his commission. Oops. Then we got Gene Ha, who's one of my favorite. Now, yeah, he's going to be with Minor Threats with Patton Oswalt. I didn't know that. That's news to me. Herberto Ramos. Herberto Ramos is going to be in the house. Let me know in the chat how much Herberto Ramos costs. Now, Jason Aaron, we interviewed him for Batman Lost World with Doug Mahnke. That was awesome. Now, I know Jason Aaron is tier 1. He was $5 last year. He probably went up to $10 just because he's doing a lot of popular titles. But he's definitely tier 1. He's not outside of tier 1. So it's $10 at most, but be pleasantly surprised if he's still $5. Be pleasantly surprised. And Jenny Friesen, one of the best artists in the game. Let me know, is Jenny Friesen one of your candidates for top artists in the game? Is she one of them? We're going to be talking about that. Is Jenny Friesen? She's definitely one of the top in the game, but is she the top dog? I'm curious. Let us know in the chats. Where do you put Jenny Friesen? I think she's one of the best in the game, bar none. And she's going to be, they're probably already sold already, but she has sketch covers. She never does sketch covers. She had pre-made sketch covers that were going to be made available at her table. Now, I'm curious to find out how much those sketch covers are. So if you guys, if you know anyone that picked up a Jenny Friesen piece this weekend, especially one of those blanks that she did about 3 or 4 of them, and they look just like her published work. They're fantastic. Let us know how much she was charging, or were they all the same, or did she charge more for certain characters? I'm curious about that. So yeah, Jenny Friesen is going to be at C2E2. Then we got Yeah, John Jang, he's $20. John Timms. Okay, John Timms is doing Aquaman, I think, with Jeremy Adams. So he's working with Jeremy Adams right now. I think John Timms is with Comic Sketch Art. Probably $10. Jonathan Galapian is definitely $10. He's going to be at Comic Sketch Art. Um, One of my favorite artists in the game. Obviously, many people know him for working with Greg Capullo. Joelle Jones. Joelle Jones is at C2E2, and she's doing an art drop tomorrow on CAF. She's putting in major work. She's going to be at C2E2, and then she's going to be with Bill Cox tomorrow. Dropping something. I'm curious to see what she's selling tomorrow. But yeah, it's crazy. So she's at C2E2, and she's $10. So she's tier 1, and I think she's with Comic Sketch Art, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so she's $10. But then it's like for the people that are not at C2E2, you can still catch Joelle Jones on CAF tomorrow. That's pretty dope. Kevin McGuire is $10. And I don't know if people are still familiar with Kevin McGuire, the Justice League International stuff. Guy Gardner's about to blow up on Superman. He's gonna be there, but he's $10. He's tier 1. He's tier 1. Klaus Janson. Now I believe Klaus Janson is $15 a signature. It's $15 a signature. What is your favorite project that you like that Klaus Janson was a part of? I mean, he has so much. Some might argue Klaus Janson is the best inker alive. But obviously he's a fantastic artist in his own right. And I always got to give the homegirl props, Maria Wolf, man. Check out Maria Wolf's portfolio, man. I'm telling you, it's got some crazy stuff in there. And I think her signatures are free. Mark Brooks. Mark Brooks, Marciarello. Mark Brooks, $10 a signature. Be ready for him. Mark Chiarello. Now, this is somebody that I want to meet because we just interviewed Sean Galloway a few weeks back, and he told us that Mark Chiarello gave him his first gig at DC Comics, and Sean Galloway is also known for character design and animation, but we also know Mark Chiarello was famous art director for DC, Wednesday Comics, All-Star Batman and Robin, a ton of stuff in the prime 2000s era of DC. Mark Morales, we just interviewed him 2 weeks ago. Check that out. We talked about how Marvel IP gets to the MCU and how he's been a part of a couple projects that have been in the MCU. Then, $10 Chuck right here. Mark, Mitch Jarrett. I think he's one of the best in the game too. Largely digital artist, but his original artwork is fantastic. Super talented. And who else I know here? Oh, Patrick Gleason? Wait a minute. There's two Patrick Gleasons? There's two Patrick Gleasons. Oh my God. Did you guys know that there's two different Patrick Gleasons? Like one in color and then one in black and white that looks like he used to be on 90210. Wow. Maybe it's like Earth 1, Earth 3 Patrick Gleasons. I'm not that familiar with Patrick Gleason Marvel stuff. We got Delato. Oh, he's in the top of the game. Space Case Collectibles. One of our winners. If you could pick one book to have David Fitch sign, what would it be? Ooh. Hey, that's a question for the chat. The Claw, what up? That's a question for the chat. Answer that question. That's a great question. But dang, there's two Patrick Gleasons. I watch which one is the one I know. I know one of them. I don't know which one though. And then I'm just breezing along. Scott Hepburn, that's the Sean Gordon Murphy. Sean Gordon Murphy. Now I believe he's like 3 or 5 for free, and then he's $10. So anytime you get freebies, that's tier 1 off the rip. So he's tier 1 off the rip. You know. Oh, Jorge Corona that is currently doing Transformers at C2E2. Okay, that's what you're looking for. Okay, let me see who that is. Let me go back to that. Solid number 1. Okay. Jorge Corona. Did I must see. That's I just breezed through somebody. Let me see who that is. Is that somebody that you saw? This is cool. It's in alphabetical order. Yeah, this guy right here. Jorge Corona. Transformers. Okay. See, Transformers is blowing up, man. I like the fact that Transformers is popular again. I know a lot of people love Daniel Warren Johnson, his Transformer work. So we saw Sean Gordon Murphy. Anybody else here? Let me see. Tim Seeley. I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan of Tim Seeley. Local man. He's done a bunch of stuff. Nightwing. I mean, crazy career. Then you got Todd Knock, longtime vet. I believe Todd Knock is $10. I believe Tim Seeley's $10. I know for a fact Tom King is $10. Tom King is going to be there. What would you get Tom King to sign? What would you get Tom King to sign? Tony Daniel was the guy he's the number 1 person I would see at this show. I got a couple things. Got a few things I need him to sign. But Tony Daniel, he's on my top 3, one of my top 3 Batman artists. You know, just of my favorite stories of all time. Tony Daniel. Let's check the chats real quick. It would have to be something Batman. Oh, Batman related? You talking about David Finch? You're answering this question. Yes. Would it be? It would definitely be. What was it for me? Okay, I'll tell you guys. It was the first thing that I wanted David Finch to sign for me was the Justice League number 1 out of 100 pencil variant. I wanted him to sign that because it had Jim Lee, Jeff Johns, and everybody on it. So I wanted that. Make sure you guys are putting in hashtag Stash Wars Live in the comments. You coming in to be eligible for our first prize. Okay. Just showing y'all that real quick. Let's see what's going on here. So we got 3 entries. Hey, man. Y'all better come. There's 6 people in the chat right now. Hashtag Stash Wars Live. We're giving away 3 prizes. In reality, I would bring 6 books for Finch. Hey, that's not bad. You know, he's tier 1, $10. You know, and he's a top tier artist. He's a top tier artist. Yeah, definitely make sure if you guys coming in, I'm gonna tell you guys what the prizes are. There's 3 books, 2 of them are signed, and it has to do with tonight's topic. Okay, and tonight's topic, just so you guys know, So I want you guys to think about it, because one of the prizes we're going to be giving away is for the best caller of the night. We're going to be inviting people to call in. But the other question is, who's the top comic artist in the game? So we're going to be talking about that really, really soon. So be thinking about that. Be thinking about that. But also, if you're joining us, hashtag Stash Wars Live to be eligible for our first prize tonight. Definitely want to do that. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Tell your homies. Make sure you guys smash the like button. If you guys are here, Stash Wars Live, and hit the like button and subscribe, because I will not ship it to you if you're not sub to the channel. So that should be Mando. You got to be sub to the channel. Okay, yeah, he was talking about David Finch. Okay, so now I want to get to the picks of the week. Okay, we were talking about C2E2. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Stash Fam's pick of the week. And already, our good friend, hold on. Let me get this banner off real quick. Already our good friend, Tony the Signature King, is at C2E2. He's already there. And I know what he was talking about with that shirt, the mobile infantry. It was really last week. If you guys saw last week's live, he had a mobile infantry shirt on, Tony the Signature King. And it was for Starship Troopers. Okay, so already the Signature King is already on the prowl. He's got some Benjamin Percy Sigs here, and Jason Aaron. And true to form, the Royal of Foils, the Signature King, had to put 2 foil comics. He had to send them to me. I didn't ask him. He just did that on his own. But you got Benjamin Percy. Benjamin Percy, just FYI, I mean, he does a lot of Marvel stuff, but the very first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs, that's this volume of Teen Titans, issue number 12. And he did the first appearance along with Mahnke and Dolfo. So if you got that, Benjamin Percy, and he is $5. So Ben Percy was $5. Just saw him in MegaCon in Orlando. So shout out to my man Tony the Signature King. Hopefully, if Tony is available, he will be joining us next Friday to talk about C2E2 and kind of giving a recap and showing the spoils from actually this weekend. So I just wanted to give Tony a shout out. He sent these to me, and this was earlier today. I'm pretty sure he did some damage today at the show. But we wanted to start off Stash Fam Picks of the Week with Tony the Signature King. Now we're going all the way to Spain now, okay? So we got Stash Fam all over the world, and want to give a big shout out to Chronicas de Gotham. The big homie in Spain, big DC fan, obviously big Batman fan. We are homies on IG, and this is broadcasting live on IG and YouTube at the same time. And yeah, he's with Javier Fernandez. Now, there's a big wave of Spanish talent for DC, and Javier Fernandez is one of them. And this is my favorite one right here. Boom! This dude was chilling with Jorge Fornes and Bruno Redondo, man. Like, this dude was doing his thing. I think Jorge Fornes, one of my favorite artists, one of the best Batman artists alive. This is in Spain. I don't know what show this is for, but also Rafa Sandoval was there. But Bruno Redondo, Jorge Fornes, I never met these two, and I know they go to San Diego a lot, but their line is really competitive. So I'm rarely able to want to have that patience for that line, especially if I have other priorities I'm trying to get to at the show. But this is from Spain, man. This is, from Spain. Shout out. to all the Stash fam all over the world. We got cats in Argentina. We got cats in freaking India, all over the place. Big up to all you guys, Stash fam worldwide, right here. But this is like top tier talent. This is top tier talent. Some of my favorite DC. I mean, Bruno Redondo and Tom Taylor. I mean, the best Nightwing run of the 2000s, probably. I mean, it's revitalized Nightwing, especially after the what was it, the Rick Grayson fiasco. So after the Rick Grayson fiasco with Nightwing, Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo really killed it. And then, like I said, shout out to the Signature King for showing us what's happening, what's popping at C2E2. You know, we're at C2E2 this weekend. And like I said, Benjamin Percy is $5, so he's tier 1, and so is Jason Aaron. He's either $5 or $10. Last time I saw him last year in Planet Comic Con, he was $5. But things changed from year to year, and he wasn't at MegaCon, so I don't know what actually. I know Jason Aaron is tier 1, but I don't know if he's $5 or $10. But Benjamin Percy I just saw recently in February, and he's definitely $5. So tier 1, and just to explain all of that stuff, because I've been using the lingo, using the jargon, but tier 1, this is tier 1, $10 to $15. Okay, it's tier 1. If you're $5, if you're charging $5 a signature, you're doing God's work, and continue to do it. And so this is tier 1. James Tynion is tier 1, but he gives 3 free signed books. James Tynion. So whenever you see him, it's 3 free, and then he's $10. But people like Donnie Cates and Snyder and David Finch, people like that, Tom King, Tony Daniel, they all kind of dwell in this world. Greg Capullo, they all dwell in a tier 1 world. Most of the comic sketch art people and Essential Sequential and Scott's Collectibles, they're all in that $10 realm. Most of them, Lieber Mayho was $10, but he was 1 free at Mega. So tier 1 is like the standard. 10 to 15. 15, you're starting to scratch your head a little bit. Do I want to get this many books signed? But $10 is kind of the norm. You just kind of know automatically, just assume everybody's at least $10, so that you're pleasantly surprised when someone is $5 and under, and better yet, free. Okay, and then tier 2, and these are just examples, $20 to $40. Okay, these are people that have probably been in the game for 35 years and up. Okay, that got notable work, iconic work, especially writers that have just a long bibliography, and artists that just got crazy runs on notable characters, and are just super popular. But then people like Scott Hanna, I don't know why he's $20. I don't. I'm not that familiar with his work, so I don't know why. What he did that will justify the $20 price point. But Joe Quesada is somewhere in that middle of tier 2. Joe Quesada is $30, and then Jerry Conway just recently, he's $20. So that's tier 2, and then tier 3. We're just going over the scale so you guys know. This is when you start getting into the big dogs, and the reason why I'm going over this tier, because it's going to naturally lead into our next topic. Jim Lee, he is in that $50 to $60 range. If you get him in bulk, he's like more 50. If you go a la carte, he's 60. And then there's times where you can get Jim Lee and he's free, or damn near free. Then you have people like Bill Sienkiewicz. Frank Miller, once upon a time, was $50. But I want to say I want to say, yeah, Bill Sienkiewicz, Jim Lee. I'm trying to think who else is like $50. Because even like Gabriel Delato is $30, so he's in tier 2. So like the numbers start to get smaller. Because like even like Todd McFarlane, he's mostly free at the shows. He's just hard to get, you know. But Jim Lee is there's like him, Bill Sienkiewicz. I'm trying to think of who else is $50 or $60 in tier 3. Not many. But then you got Frank Miller, who's tier 4, and he's pretty much there alone. Then you start to get into celebrity category. You know, after tier 4, you're kind of in celebrity category. And then I say it's $80. It's Frank Miller or CGC. So like usually you get a book signed with all the signature fees and all of that jazz, the upcharge for the CGC witness and blah, blah, blah. It's going to get you about $100. It's going to cost about $100 per book, you know, $100 and up for a CGC book. But Frank Miller is $80 raw, and I don't know how much he is for a witness signature. So, you know, once again, so I think he exists right here by himself, and then Jim Lee and Sienkiewicz are kind of by themselves. And then there's a bunch of people in the $20 to $40 range. Marv Wolfman is $20. Who else is $20? I think Michael Golden could be $20. I think we start getting into the Bronze Age, that type of talent. You start getting into tier 2, like, you know, Jerry Conway. But there's a lot more. This is a large group, a lot of your headliners. But then someone like Mike Mignola will be free a lot of times, right? And then you got tier 1. This is the majority of your artist alley, the people that are making comics today. Okay. So now, which brings us to our topic of the night. Let me get this thing off. Bring us to the topic of the night. Let us know, who was the top comic book artist in the game? And now it's time to talk about it. You know, and I'm here, and I'm going to give my criteria real quick because SEG asked about it earlier. And I just want to remind everyone, while we're here, hashtag Stash Wars Live to hashtag Stash Wars Live. Like this video, hashtag Stash Wars Live in the comments. We have 5 people in, four entries. And then, okay, so back to the topic and the criteria, right? Now, top comic book artists, obviously we can talk about iconic, you know, legacy stories, right? People that just have a name already, that type of stuff. But I'm really asking the question about who is actually active where you can buy something at a comic book shop on any given Wednesday, and they got something out now or about to come out within a month or two, or they're in hiatus working on something, they're baking something to show the world once they're done. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be artists that just do a bunch of interiors. Okay. So if you're Cop Them Pops, if you're on Instagram, I'm looking at Instagram right now. Go to YouTube and put in Stash Wars Live. Go to YouTube, Sig Slayers Station on YouTube. If you're on Instagram tonight, go on YouTube, Stash Wars Live to enter a prize. Cop Them Pops, Darren Warren Johnson. Okay, I just wanted to address the cats that are in the chat on IG. Who is making comics today? How popular you are, right? And what kind of takes popularity? Obviously, comic book sales, right? But then because we always cover these conventions, right? So we're about the experience of it all. How many people are lining up, right, for these people? How many people are camping out? How early are these people camping out to see these artists? That also can dictate who's on top. And then what's another one? Signature prices, right? Signature prices, they matter. Hello. Look at this. This matters, right? Doesn't that dictate status? Doesn't these prices dictate status? It should, right? So I want you guys to tell me who's the top dog in the game. And I'm gonna be giving away a prize for my favorite caller of the night. And this is your answer, and because you might say something that we're all feeling right now. So I'm gonna give my 4, and then I'm gonna open it up. Okay? Then we'll draw. Then we'll draw. I've never got a book signed, but guess what, Space Case Collectibles? You're getting a book signed from us because you won last week. And I'm shipping out the books. Oh, let me do that right now. Let me show you. You didn't get this one, Space Case Collectibles, but you got one of these. Look at this. Bam. 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 So yeah, I'm shipping these out on Monday. These were the prizes for last week. What are going to be the prizes for this week? Okay. And those are all signed by Jim Lee. This one here was a lucky winner, Tino 73 from last week. But everybody, if you're joining the chat right now, everyone right now should be putting in hashtag Stash Wars Live right now. Y'all should be doing that right now. There's 6 people in the chat because we're going to be giving away prizes. We're going to be giving away prizes. Hashtag Stash Wars Live. Let's run up these numbers. And this is for the first prize. Okay? This is for the first prize. So run these numbers up, y'all. What the comments talking about? Yes, Jewish Dragons back in the house. What up? Yeah, that's a haul of comics. Yeah, man. Yeah, and we gave Jewish Dragons, where Jewish Dragons at? Boom, Jewish Dragons won one of these. One of these is Jewish Dragons. Let them know. Testify. Testify to the pulpit. Shall I get a witness side? Right? That's how we do it. Everybody should be putting in. Like I said, you join in the chat. There's 9 people. Stash Wars Live. We're giving away our first prize real soon. But also, one of the prizes will go to the top caller of the night. Okay? And the question is, just so you know, and this is what I'll be asking, who is the top comic artist in the game right now? What's your criteria? Okay? So we're going to be talking about this. I'm going to put the link in the comments, and then you'll click it and join. It'll be an audio call only, okay? And you just giving everybody your point of view on who you think is the top dog in all the comics and why, right? And my favorite comment, my favorite caller will get a prize, okay? So that's another way. That's another way that you can win a prize tonight. Join the line, okay? And then, like I said before, run these numbers up. Run these numbers up. Okay? So back to the comments and back to the subject at hand. Albert Bells, what up? I'm telling y'all, we're going to keep it popping every week. Comment, and don't be afraid to join the chat when it's time. Don't be afraid. We all folks here tonight. But if you want to win the first prize, definitely do this. All right. So criteria. So I explained the criteria and all that jazz. So now I want to get to my list of people. Okay. So I'm going to go kind of in the order of like honorable mention. And let me know. Let me know about my list. So I got a 4-person list. Okay. Did I put it up? There we go. No, I didn't. You know what? Give me 1 second. All right. So the first person, and I'm going to show you guys by books. Okay. So tonight is going to be a one man stash war. Okay. It's going to be a one-man stash war tonight. All right. And it's going to be Muwa. And the first artist that I think is on top of the game, one of the candidates is Jason Fabok here. And I was so jealous that Mark showed this last week. Ooh, I say Ross. Okay. I like Space Case Collectibles' point of view. I was honorable mention here, Jason Fabok. I'm going to breeze through some of these. This is his first ever Detective Comics. 3 Jokers. I mean, come on. I went gaga. I got every freaking cover of these. It's insane. You know, I thought I mean, let me know what y'all thought about 3 Jokers. I'm talking about art-wise. Art-wise, I thought story-wise was great too, but art-wise, because we're talking about artists right now. And Jason Fabok to me is definitely up there. He's up there, dude. And think about this. People migrated with him. We're talking about current artists in the game right now where they working on stuff. They're either cover artists, they're either they're cover artists, they're interiors, but you can get their stuff like any given month, they got something on. Any given month. Three Jokers was a chef's kiss. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying here. That's why I went gaga. So yeah, they could be in the game. They could be in the game forever, but they still got to be active. So it's about them still being active. Okay. That's what it's about. And I'm showing you these are 3 Jokers. And somebody got this. I know somebody that has the original art to this. It's insane. And I just got this measly old thing here. But let me know. Let me know if you actually seen this book before. Let me know if you've seen this before. Marco Cicchetto. Oh, okay. Marco Cicchetto also got to be up there. Okay. I like that. I didn't put him up. I didn't put him up. Right now, now we're getting into some heat. What y'all know about this? There's only 2 of these in the whole entire world right here. These 3 Joker remarks made with this style. And you got the OG Fabok right there. Signature. Let me know in the chat what y'all think about this. It's only one of these. I'm gonna say Fabok, man. Don't forget. I said 1 of 2, and here's the second one right there. Bam. I think Fabok's one of the dopest, man, in the game. I think he's one of the dopest in the game. And this is why, you know. And then, you know, like I said, people migrated. I migrated. He left DC. I went with him. And I actually went and got Rook Exodus. Hey, man. Thank you so much, Joffrey. Yes, sir. But like I said, I went ham. The pink pops, yes. I went ham on this too. Now this, what I'm about to show you is not a convention sketch. This is actually what I'm going to show you, a published cover right here. There's only like maybe 6 of these, but like this is, you know, the only way you could have got this was through a comic book shop. So this is, he did like 5 or 6 of these. I posted on Instagram all of Fatbox. This is 1 out of 1,000 variant, something like that. Rook Exodus, dated last year. And so I was like, man, I have to pick this up because it's like, this is he's created this character when he was a kid. You know what I mean? He created this character when he was a kid, and he's doing it with Jeff Johns on Image. So, you know, this is history. So this is a testament to me. I'm a hardcore DC fan. And here I am. I got a rare variant from Image. This is probably the rarest Rook Exodus. Like one of, there's only 6 of them. And then just finally, I even got the graphic novel. It just came out. This dude is sick. This came out last week. I even got this. So let me know. Let me know. What do you guys think about Jason Fatbox? Before I move on to the next person, right? So I got 1 of 4. Okay. Let me know. What do you guys think about Jason Fatbox? This is the topic of the night. Who is the top comic book artist in the game? Right? You guys doing a lot of comments. When we do the chat, let me know. Don't forget, comment. Hashtag Stash Wars Live. We're going to be drawing our first prize really, really soon. Okay? Matter of fact, once I get to after the second one, I'm probably going to draw. So tell your friends. Tell your friends. We're going to make that announcement. Honestly, I'm not that familiar with it. Okay, so 3 Jokers. You're talking about Fatbox. 3 Jokers. I mean, he's only been doing stuff since like 2012. He's young. He's one of the youngest ones that's popular. That's why I said honorable mention and stuff, because he is popular because he worked with Batman a lot, worked with Jeff Johns. And, you know, he's really great. He's great at what he does. He's really commands a lot of attention. And so, but I think in, you know, a few more years, he's going to be even more popular. So I wanted to give Jason Fatbox a little bit of honorable mention. Now, okay, now we're going to get with the obvious people, right? Like the obvious people that we know, you guys already know or already thought about who's going to be the top comic book artist in the game. We're going to talk about those people now, okay? But I'm going to go, my number 1 is going to be last. Now, these next 2, it's a toss-up. And if you see in the graphic, it's these 3. So I'm going to start off with Todd McFarlane, okay? Todd McFarlane, Todd Father, right? Like, tell me in the comments. Todd McFarlane got to be one of the top 3 people. Now, is he doing current stuff? Well, yeah, he does stuff Spawn related. He's always doing something, right? He does enough to be relevant. Let's say that. Now, is he as busy and active as he was in the 90s? No. Or in the 80s? Definitely not. But he does enough with his properties to maintain relevancy. And I just like to show Todd McFarlane. This is, you know, pre-Image, pre-Marvel Todd McFarlane. This is the stuff that I love. You know, I actually just got this one signed in Orlando. So when I saw Todd McFarlane in Orlando, I got this signed, and it has Mike Barr on it already. So yeah, you know, I have the whole set, the whole Hot Toddy set, at least. Where is it at? There we go. That's what I'm. No, this is my favorite cover right here. Todd McFarlane. Let us know in the chats. Who do you guys think is the top dog in comics? Definitely Todd McFarlane. It's one of them, right? Right? And I got Dave Cockrum. I don't know if you see too many of these where you got Cockrum, Jim Starlin, and Todd on it here. This is, everybody say this is like the Spawn precursor, right? And then here's the one I got with DeCarlo and everybody. Yeah, I used to, these books, man. I love these books right here, right? Todd McFarlane, let us know in the comments, right? It's a quick reminder. We got 6 people. We're talking about the top comic artists in the game as we get more entries. I would say Todd was up there, but he's not pumping out interiors. You're right. I agree with that. He's up there, but he can't be the top. I agree. That's the perfect assessment, SEG. And this one here, though. Now, this here obviously is a newer version. This was Spectral Comics, I think in 2023 or something. This was Todd, and Todd did that. Mike DeCarlo. I'm gonna get Jim Starlin on this one. Todd's up there, but he's more, the business acumen, the whole hustle. But we're talking about comic book artists here. The money is in variance. That's why I have more respect for modern interior artists. That's a great point. And that's why when it's time to do the call-ins, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear about. Because everybody has a different criteria. And that's important. And I want the world to kind of know, like, what if an artist is watching this, Artists follow Stash Wars comics. They might listen to this, So let us know what motivates you to pick up a book, a new book, right? And who are the top dogs in the game? Like, who are we buying incessant covers from? Okay? So we're definitely going to keep talking about that. And so when we get to that chat portion of the show, I really want to hear what your criteria is. But then we got Todd. We still got more Todds. Todd is up there. Now, I don't know if you guys seen this. I mentioned this last week. I wanted to show you guys. This is the first appearance of Metahuman. Okay? So this is the first appearance of Metahuman. Alien Invasion. Todd told me himself he was doing his first issues of Spider-Man and this at the same time. Okay? This is Todd McFarlane's last DC project. Book 2 is. But this is book 1. And then he went to Marvel, and then the rest was history. Okay? But this is like one of those books that, you want to get like a cool Todd. Now, he didn't do this cover. Okay? But he did the interiors. But this is a Todd McFarlane, little known. This is a DC key. We use Metahuman all the time, right? Especially if you're a Young Justice fan. This is the first appearance of it. This is the first appearance of it right here. I think the comic book industry has shifted to a more statement piece mindset than actually reading the books. I may not speak for everyone, but the best way to digest comics is online. Really? Online? Bruh, I cannot read online. The best thing I do online is for the actual visuals. I'm a video editor, so like, getting digital files and stuff like that, native digital files for graphics and things like that, I love that. But reading, I gotta have a graphic novel. I don't even read floppies. I have to, if it's not a graphic novel, I don't want to read it because it's not enough for me. I want to be able to digest the whole story. So I'm a trade waiter that gets Sid the floppy sign. Okay. The comments are pumping right now. Oh, wow. There we go. Now we talking early Coyote. That's McFarlane's first gig, right? And I believe Steve Englehart hired him for that. And we interviewed Steve Englehart talking about hiring Todd McFarlane for Coyote. Check that out. It's in our catalog. And then obviously Spawn number 1 here. You know, this is one of the most graded books in the CGC census. It's like top 3. I said read it online because there's people that aren't willing to buy tons of comics to read. Yeah, and I 100% agree with that. Now that part, you know, to get the story to digest, 100% to stay up on top of stuff. But for me, like, you know, you guys know what Stan Lee said about comics, how they should be, right? And so, like, I'm 100% with Stan Lee's assessment with comics, just for the tangibility of the art. You know, that's what I get it for. But for what you're saying, Albert, I 100% agree with that too. Make sure you guys, there's 9 people in the chat, but only 6 entries for our prize. Hey, put in the comments, Stash Wars Live. We're giving away 3 prizes tonight: 2 signed comics and 1 unsigned comic that relates to our night's topic. Okay, and that is, who is the top comic book artist in the game. So make sure hashtag Stash Wars Live right now, because you could be, you know, one of the winners. You could be one of the winners. So definitely do that. But back to this. Todd McFarlane, he's up there, but I agree, guys. He's not the top artist in the game. Top personality, and then this, guys. This. Todd McFarlane. Oh, Frank Miller's on this. People might think Frank Miller is the top artist, but I honestly think that Frank Miller, I'm trying to think, he's doing covers. He qualifies. I know he's doing a lot of variants, and a lot of his variants get a lot of reactions from people. You know, not always good reactions from people, but he is active. But I don't think Frank Miller is currently top dog. Greg Capullo could be a candidate. Greg Capullo could be a candidate. Tom McFarlane, but like 3 top dogs here. Most the Miller in the past was great. The Miller in the past was great. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Space Case Collectibles. But hey, you know, Miller on this, like, this is, you know, this is the type of stuff that I like to get Miller on. But I want to get back to this. Most new modern readers aren't picking up floppies anymore, especially seeing comic book runs in around 12 to 25 issues, and rarely see comics go over 50, let alone 100. Valid point. I'm curious about the comic book ecosystem. So my question to you, Albert Bales, is what is keeping the comic book industry alive then? So if they're not they're not reading the comics, then who's buying the comics? Okay. And then while you're thinking about that answer, everybody else tell us in the chat, or better yet, call in when I throw the link in the chat and tell us who you think is the top comic book artist in the industry, and tell us why. Don't be shy. Our top caller will get a prize. Okay? Just letting that be known. All right, so, and yeah, and also, there's 10 people in the live, and you haven't put in Stash Wars Live, hashtag Stash Wars Live right now to enter for the first prize. There's 9 people in and 6 entries. Okay, over here, we got my boy DC Shinte on IG. He says Francis Monopool, amazing interior artist. Shout out to Francis Monopool. He's on Ghost Machine too, with Rockefellers, right? Okay, so I still got more Todds. Oh shite, Jesus Christ! Look at this. Todd McFarlane's in the house, and this is recent, right? And Todd McFarlane wrote this story, so that's why he kind of qualifies. He kind of, right? Todd McFarlane kind of qualifies. And this one here is a banger, right? So who do you guys think is the top dog? I mentioned Jason Fabok. And then now we're on Todd McFarlane. Okay, let me just keep a Fabok book out. for recap purposes. And then I'm going to put this toddy out for recap purposes. Now, here we go. Second place. Okay. I think this is the second place top artist in the game. Jim Lee. Jim Lee. Let me know. Let me know where you guys rank Jim Lee. Is he still top dog in the game? I got him second right now. I got him second. If you go by box office result deriving from the creation, you might have to include Liefeld. Liefeld? Today? That's interesting. Somebody gonna have to call in. Might have to include Ichiro Oda and the running given how much One Piece. Yes. But now we're talking about manga. Okay. So we're throwing manga in there. That will open it up heavy if we did that. I don't know if I want to add manga in there. I think the comic book industry is definitely boomed after MCU, DCU, but it got a little woke and political, which is what brought it down a notch. But what is keeping people buying comics? What's keeping people from buying comics? Because people are still buying comics. People are still buying Jim Lee. That's why he's number 2. People are still buying Jim Lee. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I've been had this since 2013. I've been in Jim Lee lines for years. Oh, hold on, guys. Have you guys seen this? The lenticular. You guys remember those lenticular craze? Well, this is the first DC full lenticular cover. And this is signed by everybody. But yeah, Jim Lee, dude. I had to get this. See, Jim Lee makes me do stupid stuff like getting lenticular covers. You know what I mean? Or I'm a sucker for Jim Lee pencils. I think Jim Lee, his pencils are one of the best in the game. DC better. Okay. All right. Somebody giving DC props. I'll take it. But yeah, man, let me know about what you guys think about Jim Lee sketch covers. I think Jim Lee got the best sketch covers. People are buying variants of number 1s. People are buying limited sets. People are buying limited edition copies of variants. Oh. People are buying 1 of 100s, 1 or 2 ratio variants. Man, this comment sizzles. I love this comment here. Hence, guess what? Batman is renumbering in the fall after Hush 2, right? Absolute Batman last year was the top-selling comic of 2024, right? So you could be onto something right there. You could be definitely onto something right there. Jim Lee is great. B is outside. He is outside of Hush, basically a cover artist. Now, okay, SEG. Cover artists qualify because they sell the comic. So it seems like your criteria will lean more on some interiors, right? So that's why I want people to call in a minute, because some people only get stuff because of covers. Don't even read. Albert was just talking about cats not even reading comics. They're just getting covers and ratios and shit. So cover artists, you got to put them in there. The top artist in the game could be a cover artist. Definitely. Cover artist, aka variants. Not much love of interiors. Yeah, that's what I mean. In all honesty, the top artist in the game could be a cover artist because there's so much emphasis on that and less emphasis on what's inside of the book. So that's why this is a very important discussion. Jim Lee, that's why I have Jim Lee number 2. He did this cover. He didn't do this book. But this is why Jim Lee is number 2. For that very reason. And this right here, oh my God. This is one of the first sketch covers I wanted from Jim Lee. This takes me back to that era. Every time I see this book, I think about this era when this came out, 06-ish or whatever. Fire. Here we go. Another just Jim Lee cover. Now, here's a fact, a DC fact. You guys all know that DC, their cover Bs and on are kind of quasi variants. I mean, quasi variants. Quasi virgin. This is the first quasi virgin DC right here. This is it. This is the first one. This is the first one. Oh my God. Okay, like SEG, 100% facts. 100% facts. But I will have to say the weird thing about it too is that I felt that was some of Jim Lee's strongest artwork for DC. Like that shit was fantastic. Then you got Action Comics 1000. Now this is my clean version right here. This is how much of a Jim Lee nut I am. Like I said, I think he's number 2. And then here's the messy version right here. This is the Sig Slayers player version right here. Everybody and their mama is on this one. Yes, he was. I remember that. Remember that gatefold page where it was the Bat Cave? Here's another one. This is covers, dude. It's covers. Jim Lee covers. This, like, who is the top dog in the game? I saw this for sale. This OG cover for sale, actually. Jim Lee. I got Jim Lee number 2. Okay. I got Fabok 4. Todd McFarlane 3. Jim Lee 2. We're talking about who's the top comic artist in the game. I want to know who's y'all. But I got Jim Lee number 2. Right. And this is like one of my favorite. Oh man, oh no, dude. I saw that. It's no way. It's no way. It's no way. I got one page from it though, but I got the family page. Well, no way. That double page spread. It would be dope. But then here we go. Jim Lee in cover, sketch covers, and this is Kevin Smith, Jim Lee. Top comic book artist in the game. And then here we go, dude. Just Jim Lee nuts, right? Here we go. Here's a 3 cover sequence. You got pencils. You got Tom King and Jim Lee. Pencils and ink. Jim Lee, Tom King. And then, ta-da, colors. And this right here is just crazy, but I love this. You got Tim Sale on there. You got Neil Adams on there. Lee Bermejo, Garcia Lopez, Andy Kubert. Oh, Mikhail Janine. See that right there? Y'all don't see him too often. Jason Fabok. This is lit. I think Tony Daniels on there. Joel Jones. So Jim Lee, number 2. Let's check. Let's check. Comment. We got 8 people. We have 8 people in the live. We have 6 entries. I'm about to draw. Right now is a good time. I'm about to draw. We have 8 people in the live. Oh, I didn't even know I had this. Oh. Somebody's going to get an old graffitied. That's how old this book is. We have 8 people. Comment right now. Stash Wars Live right now. Someone's going to win. This one's the grand prize. Someone's going to win the first prize. And all of these are from my number 1 artist. We have 11 people in the live. We have 11 people in the live, 9 people. Hashtag Stash Wars Live right now. Enter to win. Enter to win. We got 6 people. All right. And since, let me do this. I like what you said here. I like what you said here. And since you said that that's a perfect segue to number one. Alex Ross is number one. And this is going to be the first prize. Green Lantern number one, Alex Ross. We're going to be giving this away. It's our first prize. I'm drawing. Who's winning? Southern Comic Geek. All right. I'll give you this. I'll take it. All right, guys. That's the first prize. I'm about to put a drawing in for another prize. And I'm going to show you guys what that is. Congratulations, Southern Comic Geek. Thank you for participating. You know, Alex Ross is number one. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm about to show you guys a killer Alex Ross haul right now. So if you like Alex Ross, stay tuned. But right now, I want to set up another one real quick. And this next one is going to be hashtag Alex Ross. Okay. Hashtag Alex Ross. Hashtag Alex Ross. Oops. Sorry about that. There we go. Hashtag Alex Ross now. Hashtag Alex Ross. Because we about to talk about Alex Ross. And we got two prizes here. They're both signed. Okay. One of them is signed by Alex Ross. So someone could win an Alex Ross Sig tonight. But I will say this. The Alex Ross Sig, we got 6 entries. I'll press the draw. We can get it up to 10. If we can get it up to 10, I'll press draw. Okay? So I'm going to show y'all the next two prizes right now. And what's funny about it, hold on. Hashtag Alex Ross while we're talking about prizes. What's funny about it is that I'm gonna decide who gets what. Okay? Is it gonna be the best caller that wins the prize, the top prize, or is it gonna be the draw? So it all depends on you. You decide. Let's have a good time. So the first prize is this beautiful Alex Ross cover signed by Dustin Wynn, who's the interior artist. Now, this is the penultimate cover of a year-long cover run Alex Ross did for Batman. Okay. Am I going to Baltimore this year? Maybe. I'm definitely going to New York. And definitely, Gabriel, everybody needs to be putting in hashtag Alex Ross. You can win this Alex Ross cover signed by Dustin Wynn, or the drawer could win this too, or this Batman RIP signed by Alex Ross and Tony Daniel. So this is the big dog prize. Okay. Hashtag Alex Ross. That's tonight. We got 10 people in the live. We're giving away an Alex Ross signature. Okay. We got 10 people in the live. Double signature. Tony Daniel and Alex Ross on Batman RIP Book 1. So this is Book 1. You see that? There you go. Hashtag Alex Ross. That could be yours. So, and then, like I said, we're going to be doing call-ins in about 5 minutes. Okay? If you great calls, you might get that. Last week, all the callers won something. So, I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on calling in live tonight. Don't sleep on that. Okay? So, we mentioned Alex Ross. You ready for an Alex Ross party? Let's go. Let's start off with this. Okay. This shit right here. Woo! Man, Paul Dini and Alex Ross? What y'all know about this? What y'all know about this? Oh, Pastor Batman was over here. There are some great current artists. Javi Fernandez is one of them. Oh, you just missed. Oh, man. I got to show you this for Gabriel real quick. You just missed this. Oops. Javi Fernandez. We were just talking about him earlier in the chat. We were just talking about him earlier in the chat. Man. Do you guys remember these? Alex Ross is the #1 comic artist in the game. Why? I guess I can explain that. Okay, #1, he's been doing covers and artwork for all the major publishers, okay, for almost 30 years straight. Okay, he's still one of the best. He gets better. Did you guys see that Fantastic Four book he did? Did y'all see that? This is Alex Ross's first Batman cover. Okay, so here's a little flash fact. This is Alex Ross's first Batman cover, and this is signed by a gang of people here. You got Alex Ross, Gene Ha, Denny O'Neil, Mike Mignola, Lee Weeks, Joe Quesada, Frank Miller, and Walt Simonson. Have you guys seen one like this? That's why we call it Sig Slayers, by the way. This is why we call it Sig Slayers. I just wanted to let that be known. Why is the Sig Slayers? Bam! Look at this no man's land right here. We're doing old school Alex Ross. Y'all should be. We got 9 people in the live. Comment hashtag Alex Ross. We're giving away 2 signed comic books really soon. Let us know right here what y'all know about this. And then you got, here's another, a lenticular one. Got a lenticular one. It's the same book. It's a variant. So it's an early Alex Ross variant. This might be the first Alex Ross variant. It might be. Might be the Superman one. And then this one, right? This is, I think this is what, Harley Quinn's first continuity in comic continuity, I believe. Let me know if I'm right about this. And then, you got the homage. Alex Ross is one of the top, not only because he does art for both publishers, and he's still one of the best. Alex Ross is one of the most in-demand. He has his own studio. This is Bruce Timm and Alex Ross. Have you seen that before? Bruce Timm and Alex Ross on Justice League Adventures. Oh, yeah, there's a variant to this. I think this might be the first variant. I don't know if I have it still. I might have it. But you got this one here. Alex Ross. He has a booth at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and he never shows up. But yet, he has people lined up all day at the show buying Alex Ross merch. I'm talking about all day. And he's not there. He's the only artist I know that can sell stuff consistently and not be present. That's why he's number one. He don't have to be at the damn show. And he sells stuff. You know what I mean? That's why he's the best. He's the top dog. And then his homages. This homage right here is insane. Like his homages, I love this. Like Kingdom Come is still one of the best ever. And I know there's like a Kingdom Come movie coming out and all that. But he's done so much. I mean, dude, this is through the year. I'm showing you stuff through the years. And he's still one of the best. It's insane. This just came out. This just came out. That's what I mean. He got stuff that you know that comes out. He just came out with a Batman 158 variant. So I believe what Albert's saying. The variant game is killer. Especially, I don't know if Marvel does this, but DC, anybody that wants to come out with a variant from any issue that DC has ever published for the whatever price they charge, you can have your own cover. Right? So Alex Ross is taking advantage of this. But this is just insane. This dude is just like, who's telling me somebody better than this? That has the talent and all the other stuff that I'm saying. That got his own studio, his website sells stuff. People buy prints from this guy for thousands of dollars. Not even original art. They're just fine art prints. He'll sell a print in a frame for like a G or 2,000. Like, who does that? Who is selling fine art prints for $1,000 framed and people are buying them? And it's not even one of one or anything. Alex Ross. So Alex Ross is number one. He's the number one. Let me know right now, who do you think is the top comic artist in the game? In the game. That's what we're talking about right now. He got a new run on. Yeah, here we go. See? And then look. I mean, geez, man. Now, this is a classic, like, and what I like about this one, this is like maybe a 20-something-year-old image that he did, but this is the first cover of it. This is the first cover of it. Like, Alex Ross is killer. Who do you guys think? Be sure to comment. There's 10 people in the live. Hashtag Alex Ross to be eligible to win the next prize. And you also got to be a subscriber. You also got to be subbed up. So make sure you're subbed up. And then we're going to be talking about who's your favorite. Who do you think is the top dog? I want to know. We're gonna be opening up the callers. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Don't be shy. Do not be shy. And then this right here, man. Jeez, man. God. This is another homage to Batman '1. Well, actually, this is a variant of Batman '1. This is actually Batman #1, 1939 or 1940. This is a variant of, Batman #1. Insane. Insane. And this one right here, doing like the Neil Adams type vibe. Who's on top? Is there somebody at a higher status? Is there somebody at a higher status than Alex Ross? I would like to know. Make sure y'all put in there. We got 7. Let's try to get it up to 10, guys. We have 11 people. Let me show you guys. Since you guys are here, if we get it up to 10, I'll run this. Batman R.I.P. signed by Alex Ross and Tony Daniel. That's what's up for grabs tonight. We got 11 people. If we get it to 10, this will be available. Then we also have this Alex Ross cover signed by Dustin Wynn. And this is like, I think, like the epilogue of Heart of Hush, Paul Dini and Dustin Wynn. So don't be shy, okay? But so we got this. Like I said, this is not a prize. I'm just showing you guys why I think Alex Ross is one of the best. So let me just recap why I think Alex Ross is the top. Well, one, he does covers. This is the first jam piece between Jim Lee and Alex Ross, and this was for a Wizard cover. Do you guys remember this Wizard cover? This was published on a Wizard cover. As you guys can see, it's signed by Jim Lee and Alex Ross. On the World's Finest, this came out last year. So Alex Ross is doing stuff currently, right? And he'll do stuff for Marvel. Who just said something? Space Case Collectible. He said he got a nice run on Marvel, right? This is on DC. He has a Batman 158, a variant that just dropped. He does stuff for Dynamite, stuff for all the different publishers. He's at Comic-Cons, but he's not really at Comic-Cons. He'll have a table there and won't be there. And the line will be long and slow, and people still wait there. So Alex Ross, to me, is the top. And then, so let me just run it back, who I think is the top dogs, okay? Now, I mentioned before, I said Jim Lee, right? Right, Jim Lee. Alex Ross. Todd McFarlane. And there it is. And then Jason Fabok. So these are artists that I think are on top right now. Fabok. Why do I say Fabok? This dude was a superstar artist on DC. Three Jokers still sells to this day. Left, and he's selling mad copies. Like Rook Exodus did very well for an indie title. And then, the Todd Father is up there. But let me, hold on. That's not a Todd book. This is a Todd book. There we go. The Todd Father, right? He's definitely up there. Alex Ross and Jim Lee. Now, I am curious. I am curious to find out who you guys think is the top comic artist in the game. Let me know. I'm putting this in the chat. There we go. The link is in the chat. Like I said, the best caller, my favorite caller, automatically be eligible for a prize. And it might be the grand prize. Okay? So let's get this open. This is not a rocket science question. The question is, who do you think is the top comic artist and why? And like I said, this is eligible for a prize. We got 2 signed copies. And the caller might get this. It's up to you. So let's see. Let us know. Let us know. We got it right here. Don't be afraid. It'll be an audio call only, so you won't be seen at all. You will be heard but not seen. Who do you think is the top comic artist in the game? And while we're waiting on the brave first caller, don't be afraid. Last week, look, just to show you guys, we gave away so many Jim Lees for people just calling in and talking comics. Let's see what this is looking like. Okay, we need 2 more entries in. We need 2 more entries. What did I just do with that? We need 2 more entries to be in the running for the Alex Ross Sig, though. For this, we at 8. Let's get 2 more. We got 11 people in the chat. We have 11 people. Let's get 10 people in so we can run that raffle for this. Alex Ross, Batman RIP #1. Okay? And then we have another Alex Ross, but signed by Dust to Win, another superstar artist. So that's going to be our next 2 giveaways. But somebody click that link. Somebody click this link. You will not be seen. It'll be an audio call only. And we're only asking, who do you guys think is the top artist in the game? Call in and join the line. Like I said, you might end up getting that Alice Ross Sig. There we go. So I got 2 callers in here. First, I'm gonna put in Albert. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Albert. And then we'll do Space Case right after you. Okay, so just real quick, Albert, who do you think? Because you've been in the chat, man, and I appreciate you for joining us tonight. But just off the rip, man, you seem like a guy that knows what's up. Who do you think is the top dog in the game?
I agree with you. It's Alex Ross, Jim Lee, and Todd.
Okay, so why do you think Alex Ross?
Same reasons, man. He doesn't have to be at the show, and his stuff still sells. His originals are super expensive. Whatever book he touches, people buy. It's that reason, really. I mean, no one does the same way he does, so he's special on his own right.
I dig that, man. I dig. Okay, so one more question.
Yeah.
My other question is, okay, so you're at a Comic-Con or whatever. Who is somebody you want to see at a show that you would line up for and pay $20 a Sig for at least?
$20.
That's a lot, I know. That's why I said that.
Man, who's that writer for The Walking Dead?
Oh, dang. Dude, dude, why dude, I just brain farted. Somebody put the Walking Dead's creator. Why am I brain farting? There we go. Robert Kirkman. There we go.
Robert Kirkman, for
Robert
sure.
Kirkman. Thank you, Park Place Collectible. Yes. So you will pay $20 for Robert Kirkman.
I'll probably pay more, to be honest. I've never seen him at an event or a convention.
Oh wow. Okay, man. Well, that's a good one, man. Well, hey, Albert, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. And hang tight, man. Hang tight for our announcements.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man. Take care. Peace. Space Case Collectibles.
How you doing?
Hey, well, number one, I want to congratulate you because you are a winner of this. Okay.
Awesome.
So Space Case Collectibles is on the line, Stash Famine, and he was the first winner drawn last week, and so I'm going to be shipping these out on Monday. So I'm glad you called because I wanted to formally congratulate you on winning
Awesome, thanks.
one of the signed Hush by Jim Lee. Okay, so now let's get to the topic at hand. Who do you think is the top comic book artist in the game?
I agree with your list. The only thing I would throw in as an honorable mention would be Delato.
Ooh. Okay. Now, okay, so I gotta say
Just
something about
because
him. That dude is a heavyweight, and I gotta agree with you because I just saw Delato in MegaCon a couple months back, and he doesn't come to the States often, right? And dude, this dude line did not move for a whole week, and he was charging $30 a signature.
yeah,
So,
he's got a nice signature too.
you know what? That's a good point. Let us know in the chats, guys. Let us know in the chats. What do you guys think about Delato? Is he in top of the game? He's somebody that I forgot about, and you know, and I think that's good. Okay, so my next question to you, Space Case Collectibles. All right, so you at a show, like who's your like? Okay, let's just keep it $30 and up. Who would you wait in line for and spend $30 for a signature on?
Definitely anybody that you have on your list, and then yeah, Kirkman was a good one. I didn't even think about that, but probably any of the like older, the Marvel artists that are around from the '60s or '70s. Uh, I'm not sure who's.
Marvel artist from the 60s or 70s. So let's see who could that be? Who's a Marvel artist still alive from the 60s and 70s? Was Steranko? Jim Steranko's still alive.
Yeah,
Um,
anybody like that that did the classic kind of stuff. I'd be more inclined.
so before I let you go, so you approve of my list. I had Jason Fabok. You said Delato. I think Fabok and Delato, they're on that same level to me. And Delato in some cases could be even higher because of the demand and the fact that he's an international person. And even though Fabok is also, but he's closer to us than Italy, right? Canada is closer to Italy. So
Yeah,
I would say that. So, but do you agree with um, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, and Alex Ross? Do you agree with that they're kind of like the three top?
I would put Ross at the top just because nobody does what he does, or on the
Man,
level that he does it.
mic drop it on that, man. Hey, thank you so much, Space Case Collectibles. I will be in touch soon. I'm sipping. I'm shipping that out to you this week. And congratulations once again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Peace. Okay, Fabok lives in the 51st state. Okay, somebody else can call in. Call in. The link is right here in the description. The link. I'm putting it back in there. Shout out to Space Case Collectibles. Shout out to Albert Bells. You guys rock. You guys rock. All right, let me see. Let me see. Are we in the runnings? We need 2 more entries. There's 11 people. Somebody put hashtag Alex Ross. Somebody put hashtag Alex Ross in. We need for the love of a free prize. Somebody put in comment right now. We have 11 people. I want to give away this Alex Ross Sig, but we need 2 more entries. We need 2 more entries. And please, if you haven't already, smash the like button. If you haven't already and you're having a good time, please smash the like button. Please do us all a favor. And then also, somebody can call in right now. Anybody. I just put the link back in the chats. Ooh, I like this one. Yeah, Felipe Masafada. Yep. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. There we go. We got an Alex Ross. We need one more. We need one more to run that. That's what Sideshow Prince. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Like Alex Ross, like his prints are expensive. Like not even his, and then his actual original art is even uber expensive. So anytime you can put a premium on printed stuff, and it's limited, but it's limited to hundreds, not even limited to like tens or dozens, like that lets you know his status, and you don't see the guy. He doesn't show up. Tell me who wants this? Who wants this? I want to draw this. I want to draw this. We got 12 people in the chat. We need one more entry. One more entry. One more. We have one more. We need one more hashtag Alex Ross. You guys can do it. We have 11 people. We need one more brave soul. Do it for the community. Do it for the community. We need that number to go up to 10. That's the magic number. Let's get it to 10. And we're gonna be giving these away. Well, I know y'all don't have no Alex Ross Sigs, but y'all saw how many I have, right? I got a bunch. Where's my favorite? Here's my favorite Alex Ross real quick. Before we move on, let me just show you guys my favorite. We need one more, guys. One more hashtag. There we go. You want one? Yes. I hope you in there, Alex Ross. Oh wow. Oh, wowzer. I'm just pulling out my favorites real quick. Show you guys my favorite hits real quick before we get into the other portion of the day, of the night, and announce our winners. Okay, here we go. Okay. Where'd the other one go? Oh. Okay, here we go. Just wanted to show y'all some faves. This one here. This is first print, by the way. First print. First print. Some favorites. Hashtag Alex Ross. We need one more. Did that go through? We need one more. It's still at 9. We need one more. Somebody of this 11 people put in hashtag Alex Ross. Those are sweet. And then these guys, I love these. Fabok is the man. We have 11 people, guys. There's only one of these in the whole world right here. You're looking at it. And it's triple sign. You got Jeff Johns. And also, okay, is that the 10th? I'm seeing Alex Ross is in here. But if you already entered, it's not going to give you another one. So it has to be someone new. It's 10 unique entries. We have 11 people watching right now. If someone that's watching right now that haven't put hashtag Alex Ross in, if you guys can do that for these people, they need y'all to do it. Whoever. Now, I'll say Jose Luis and Brian Ballin. Okay. Now, my question to you is, you think Brian Ballin can still be on top, but you think Jose Luis is still? You think he's still a top artist of the game? I'm curious about that. All right, guys. We're at one more. We need one more. We have 10 people. I want to draw that. But, okay. And then let's take on one more caller. Let's make it even. Let's make a odd 3. I'll say even 3. I like an odd 3. One more caller. My favorite caller could win this too. So I could bypass all of this. But I want to run this. We need one more comment. Hashtag Alex Ross. Just showing you guys that. Okay. To win this. Okay, so moving along real quick. Let's do this for the somebody call in. I'm going to say this before I move on to the last topic of the night. And feel free, I'm waiting on people to call in. You will only be heard and not seen. Where is it? I'm just throwing that up right there. There's the link, guys. I'm going to put it back in the chat. There we go. It's in the chat. Let us know. Who do you think is the top dog? It seems like what it's looking like, we're kind of in agreement. And what I'm shocked about is the criteria, right? The criteria of Alex Ross and like Jim Lee. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Hush, I think either Batman 158 or Batman #1 that's dropping next later on this year. One of those two books are going to be the top selling book of 2025. And if I had to put my money on it, I would say it's going to be the Jim Lee Hush. So with that said, that's why I think Jim Lee is like almost a fixed #2 because he sells a ton of variants. He sells a gang of stuff, just with this image on it. But Alex Ross, to me, he's a free agent. He's not a company guy. He's on his own. He only does art. That's the other part. Todd McFarlane wears a lot of different hats. Jim Lee wears a lot of different hats. What do we know Alex Ross for? We know him as just one of the dopest painters and comic book artists in the industry. So that's what he's known for. He doesn't have all of the stuff. Yeah, he does his business well and all that. Got a great website. His website is fantastic. But Alex Ross is an artist, and that's what he's known for. And he's aloof. I don't know when the last time anyone's seen him publicly. So part of that aloofness, think about it. He lives in the States, and we saw Gabriel Delato more recently than we saw Alex Ross. That's pretty crazy. So that mystique kind of gives Alex Ross a little bit of a notch up, and the fact that he's pretty much solely an artist, right? So you gotta give him that. But me, I'm a big fan of Fabok, so I'm always gonna throw him in there. He's one of my favorites, and I thought Rook Exodus was fantastic, and Todd McFarlane I think is just I think he's the most important ambassador of all the comics. I think he's that. I think after Stan Lee passed away, Todd McFarlane gave him the crown and said, "Hey, promote comics for everybody and make comics cool still." And I think that's what Todd McFarlane represents, and that's why I think he is the third. But then that fourth slot, that could be so many people. And you guys mentioned so many other artists that I wasn't thinking of. You got Felipe Masafera. I'm just looking at the comments here. There was one, Mark Cicchetto or something. I don't know if I pronounced that name. That's the second time on this live I heard that name. I couldn't even spot his work out. And that lets me know he's probably largely a Marvel guy. Because if I can't even close my eyes and visualize your art, odds are you're not in my wheelhouse. But Mark Cicchetto, that name was up. And so a lot of other things. So, great discussion. Big up to all of the callers that called in. That was fantastic. Warren Lau on Transformers. Okay. Warren Lau, yeah, he is popular too, yeah. All right, where's that at? Kelly Jones, dude, okay. Truth be told, Kelly Jones, I would drive pretty much anywhere to see that guy right now. Like, so he's like one of the number one people I want to see. Kelly Jones, that's a fantastic pick. I think that he's, on top. He's definitely on top. Okay, so just moving along here, and we're gonna go to the Sig Slayers updates because that's where we are. Hold on. I'm just checking. We're stuck at 9, guys. I'm definitely gonna run one of these in 1 second, but I want to since I'm on a roll here, I'm gonna keep going. Talk about Sig Slayers updates really quickly. This week we have Philip Kennedy Johnson joining us on Sig Slayers on Thursday. And speaking of DC and Marvel, this dude is writing DC stuff and Marvel. He got Hulk. He got Batman and Robin. He's all over the place. So Philip Kennedy Johnson was doing Green Lantern stuff, Aliens, which is a Marvel title. So we have Philip Kennedy Johnson this Thursday. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button on this live. We have weekly interviews, and it's going to be fantastic. So Philip Kennedy Johnson is going to be our next guest on Sig Slayers. That's Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern. And then, where is it at? We have the return of The Process featuring David Barron. And we have a new format where we're going to interview format, and David's going to be chopping it up with some of his favorite collaborators, and a lot of these first episodes are going to be episodes him working with, interviewing the people that he colored previous episodes for. And so this episode, our pilot episode, is with longtime ink artist John Livesey, who's did Flash, he did lots of DC work, lots of Marvel stuff. And so we're going to be having him, but David has worked with a lot of Hall of Fame talent. And so you're going to want to check out this new format, because you're going to see some of your favorite artists, writers, inkers, all of the above, and it's going to be all about just pro stuff. So you're going to get a sneak peek on like how pros talking, what they think about when they're setting up their stuff, their work process, everything, all while looking at David color the piece and stuff. And we're also going to do our traditional format of the process where David colors new pieces. We have an absolute Batman drawn by Doug Mahnke that's going to bananas. Okay, so there's stuff that we're going to be doing, but the process, this drops, this new season 2 of the process drops this Wednesday, 5 o'clock Eastern. So we have the process on Wednesday this week, and it's a new format, and it's the 3 of us. Okay, and each episode will have a new guest, and it's going to be fantastic. And then Philip Kennedy Johnson on Thursday, and Mark and I, we interviewed him, and we talked a lot about his kind of like horror theme based Batman and Robin story that he's working on right now, as well as other works that he's been working on. Like I said, he's been kind of knee deep with DC and Marvel for the last few years. And so great interview. And he talks about his love of Superman and all of that jazz. Okay, let me see. We have 10 people. Can one more person comment hashtag Alex Ross right now in the comments right now? And we can get this started. I can draw and we can get this started. We need one more to unlock this Alex Ross Sig. We just need to unlock one more entry to unlock this. One more entry to unlock. We have 10 people in the chat. So if you haven't commented yet, hashtag Alex Ross, do it right now. And then somebody can win an Alex Ross Sig tonight. I would hate to not give that away tonight. I would hate to not give that away. That would be catastrophic. So we need one more person. There's 10 people in. Let's try to get one more hashtag Alex Ross. One more hashtag Alex Ross. We just need one more. And then we're giving away Alex Ross Sig. Okay. Now, back to this. All right, so what I am going to do is I am going to give away something. I'm going to give away something right now. As we look at this, we have 9. All we need is one more hashtag Alex Ross. You can do it. We're trying to give away Alex Ross. And then I'm feeling spontaneous right now. I want to reward our callers. Who's this? There we go. Use your hashtag. Thank you. Space Case Collectibles. Use your hashtag. Come on, guys. Who's giving away Alex Ross signature? Who does that? And who doesn't love Batman RIP? Use your hashtag. I love that. I love that. Use your hashtag. And he's saying, this is the hashtag you need to use. Use it. Okay. So we had 2 callers today, right? And I'll still take a caller. Because right now, I'm feeling generous. And I would like, okay, just in case, let's see. Let's see if that was it. No, that's still at 9. That's still at 9. I so want to do this for you guys. But I must reward the callers. The callers called in. The callers have to do something that a person is unwilling to do right now, which is put in the hashtag Alex Raw. They actually called in and talked and shared something. So I'm thinking, hold on. I'm going into my box of goodies to get something cool. There we go. I'm back. Because I want to reward the callers. I want to reward the callers. Okay. All right. Who likes Bill Sienkiewicz? And we talked about David Finch. Somebody said was one of the top artists. Well, just let you know, Bill Sienkiewicz, for the people that don't know, Bill Sienkiewicz is tier 3. He's $50 a signature. So let you know that. FYI. Okay. So one of the callers is getting this. Okay. And then, what else? I'm looking. Ooh. No, not that. Not that. Oh! Somebody mentioned Francis Monopole in the chat. So I'm going to give away a Francis Monopole signature tonight. Okay. Now, I had 2 callers, right? Space Case Collectibles. Space Case Collectibles. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yes! K Green Bear. Thank goodness. Now it's a party. Okay. All right. This has been unlocked. Okay. So that's great. K Green Bear, you just did it for everyone. You just did it. Okay. So now we're giveaway time. And while I'm here, every Wednesday, we're on Whatnot. And we did dollar auctions this week. That's not gonna be next week. So each week is different. But dude, there was a couple dudes that went ham, man. We pretty much gave away shit on Whatnot. It was crazy. But wanted to do something for the community. But it ain't gonna be like that every week. Just know that. But hey, man, tune in and check us out, man. We're at the Sig Slayers in Sigsville, USA. So we're not at a loss for stuff. But back to my 2 callers. So we had Space Case Collectibles and Albert Bales. Okay. All right. You guys, this is Monopole or Bill Sienkiewicz. All right. The first person that claims what you want of the 2 callers, you get it. So Bill S, if you want the Bill, Monopole or Francis, if you want the Monopole. This is Space Case Collectibles and Albert Bales. You guys won this. So the first person, Batman. Okay, you got Batman. All right. That's fine. So Space Case Collectibles, I'm going to throw this in with the dude, Space Case Collectibles, MVP of the night. This is what he's getting mailed to him. Why am I wrong one? There we go. This is what's getting mailed to him, dude. Are you guys? This is crazy. This is crazy. And all because he called in. He called in and he got a Bill Sienkiewicz, and then he won randomly last week. Okay. And then, also, hold on. While I'm here, hold on. Give me a second. While I'm here. To all the winners. See my handle right there? Stash Wars Comics. That's where you're going to contact me on Instagram so I can get your information. Okay? So Space Age Collectibles. Oops. I think I have your information already, so we're good. But Albert Bales, You can hit me on IG at Stash Wars Comics. Okay. All right. Now, are you ready? We're about to get ready to draw, finally. We're about to get ready to draw, finally. All right, the first prize. Dustin Wynn. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dustin Wynn. Dustin Wynn. So this is the first prize. Or a second prize, I'm sorry. Second prize. Here we go. I'm about to run this right now. We got 10. That's all I wanted. All right, this is for this one. The Dustin Wynn. Fish Cat, you won again. Wow, you guys making it easy on me. At least I don't have to ship to a gang of people. All right. See, it pays, guys, to hop in the chat every week. You never know. It pays to be a subscriber. It pays. So, Fish Cat, you win this. Let's get a close up. All right. Hold on. So, the first prize, or the second prize was this. What did I do with the other one? This. And then Space Case Collectibles won that. So this is Space Case. This is Fish Cat Collectibles. And then this is Albert Bales. This is Southern Comic Geeks. And now for the granddaddy. All right, guys, we're about to draw again right now. Okay. So we don't need no limits on. I needed 10 to unlock this prize. Now you enter. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes, and I'm gonna click. So we're done with waiting. So you can win 3 prizes tonight, but this is one. So here we go. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Here we go. The final draw of the night. Congratulations to Fish Cat Collectibles. All right, here we go. Hashtag Sig Slayers. Oops. All right. All right. Hashtag Sig Slayers. Let her rip. Let her rip. This is for this. We're about to draw this. Yeah, you won a Jim Lee last week, and you won a Dustin Win this week. Hashtag Sig Slayer, guys, for this Alex Ross. Fish Shack Collectible. He the only one in. He can win this Alex Ross. Hashtag Sig Slayers for the Alex Ross. Let her rip. Let her rip. There we go. Let me know if you guys got an Alex Ross in y'all collection. Here's mine. Sig Slayers. We're about to draw this. We got 7. We got 10 people. Y'all can win this right now. I'm going to do a couple more minutes. Hashtag Sig Slayers for Alex Ross, Tony Daniel, Batman RIP. This is book 1. This is book 1. Hashtag Sig Slayers right now. We're going to draw this. We're going to draw this. Like, this is how we're going to end the show. Hashtag Sig Slayers. But while we're waiting, let me review the other winners. Congratulations, the Southern Comic Geek. Congratulations to Albert Bales. Congratulations to Fish Cat Collectibles. Congratulations to Space Case Collectibles. You guys are 4 winners so far. And I'm glad that I don't have to ship to a bunch of people. Some of these guys are repeat winners. Let me show you. While we're waiting on hashtag Sig Slayers, let me let you guys know. This is how cool this is. Fish Cat Collectibles. I'm mailing this to Fish Cat Collectibles on Monday. Look at this. I'm mailing this to Space Case Collectibles on Monday. Jewish Dragons is in there. Jewish Dragons won this. He got one of these. But because Space Case was a caller, he won a Bill Sienkiewicz signature. And you can get David Finch on this, Grant Morrison, Tony Daniel, Andy Kubert. Who else? Freddie Williams III on this. You could add more to this. I got like 15 signatures on this book. So this is Space Case Collectibles. Then we got Albert Bales. He called in. He won a Francis Monopole tonight. Southern Comic Geek SCG won a nice looking Green Lantern. This is the best Green Lantern run of all time. I would argue the best DC run of all time. Where are we at? We at 9. Okay. There we go. We're about to draw this. Who else want to win this? I'm about to draw this. You got a couple more minutes. I'm about to draw this right now. We have 11 people. We have 9 entries. Who wants a Tony Daniel, Alex Ross, Batman RIP? Let me know. Let us know. And for all the people that already entered, let me know in the chat. Are you having a good time? Did you have a good time tonight? Let me know. Let me know. Let the Sig Slayer know you had a good time on Stash Wars Live. For all the people that already commented, we're about to get this away. Another minute and a half. Hashtag Sig Slayers. You'll be able to get this. Let me know if you're having a good time. Space Case said, hell yeah. Anybody else want this? That haven't entered the drawing. About 30 more seconds. But let me know. You had a good time. Let me know in the chat. You guys had a good time. We had a good discussion. Let me know. Let me know. All right, we got 12 people in. You guys can win this right now. Put in the comments. Hashtag Sig Slayers. Hey, man. Hey, I'll take second, man. I'll be number 1. I'm aiming for number 1, Fish Cat. I'm aiming for number 1. Your number 1's in my crosshairs. It's all love, man. We got 12 people in. You can win this right now. Enter. Hashtag Sig Slayers right now. We're about to run this. Oh yeah, we about to get into a lot of this. And then also, guys, because I interview every week artists, okay? We're gonna be doing live drawings, okay? So I'm gonna invite artists that's gonna draw stuff live, and then we're gonna give away the drawing afterwards. Okay, so this is just the beginning. Oh, there we go. Our business. Hold on, let me see. We at 10. All right, so there we go. We at 10. All right, let me know. Should I roll it now or should I wait? Should I roll it now or should I wait? The first person to tell me to roll it, I'll roll it. Should I roll or should I wait? Let me know in the comments. Let's get this show on the road. I'm having a good time, so we got 14 people in the chat. I'm giving this away right now. Sig Slayers in the chat right now. A free Alex Ross. Roll it. Haha. Of course you would. I would say roll it too. I'm about to roll it. Let's roll it. All right. I'm rolling it, guys. It's rolled. I'm curious. K Green Bear. Hey, you know what? You deserve this because it was because of your comment that made this possible. Your comment made this possible. Okay? Your comment, K Green Bear, your comment, if it wasn't for your comment, this wouldn't even be eligible. That's, oh my God. Hold on, guys. I got to just say this real quick. This is why I always say pay it forward and put the good comic juju in, right? There was 9 people waiting to win this. I said I wasn't going to run this until I got at least 10 people in. And we waited for like almost 20 minutes. K Green Bear was the 10th person to unlock this prize. So K Green Bear, while I have you here, hold on, back to this one. K Green Bear, if you're on Instagram, because I'm going to need your information to ship this. Stash Wars Comics at Instagram is right under my name right there. So message me right now, your name and your address and stuff, and I'll ship this out. Batman RIP. Get this man some props. He deserves all the props. Okay? Because, well, I don't know if it's a man or woman. It's K Green Bear. I don't know if you're a man or woman, but get this person some props. Because without K Green Bear's comment, there would be no prize. This needed to be unlocked first. Okay? So this person unlocked it and won. That makes me feel good, guys. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So let me just do a quick overview of our winners. Started with our most recent one, the grand prize winner, K Green Bear, just won the prize of the night. The Alex Ross, Tony Daniel, Batman RIP, number 1 right here. Look at this. I'm covering it all up. I'm covering it up. So we got that. K Green Bear, Stash Wars Comics. Please go to the IG now. Southern Comic Geek. Shout out to him, man. He was on the show last week, and I'm happy that he won this. And then we got Albert Bales. Albert Bales, I need you to send me something on IG. He won a Francis Monopole signature tonight. Ooh. And then we got, this was Space Case Collectibles. Space Case Collectibles won this and this. And then Fish Cat Comics won this and this. Ooh. So, what does that say? Be tuned to tune in to Stash Wars live every Friday. This will be 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Okay, we'll be here every week. New topic, and this topic we talked about tonight was who was the top dog in the game as far as artists are concerned. And here's my 1 and 2 right here: Jim Lee and Alex Ross. Okay, Alex Ross is number 1, Jim Lee number 2. And this is a great way to end on a jam piece like this. Now, if you hear, please smash the like button. Please subscribe to the Sig Slayers station. Once again, we have Philip Kennedy Johnson on Thursday. Fantastic interview. You would love to hear that if you love to know about comic book artists and stuff. And then we also have The Process. The Process is back. David Barron, we're back with John Livesey. And it's going to be a great, great show. That's this Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And then also, like I said, we'll be here on Whatnot. So if you thought you had fun here, we'll be on Whatnot Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Every Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be on Whatnot. And be sure to check out our eBay store where we'll have weekly uploads. If you like signed comics, especially if you're a Batman fan, check out that. We got if you like David Finch, we have a David Finch 9.8 blank sketch right now there. We have a signed Killing Joke by Brian Ballin and a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to upload a whole box of stuff this weekend as I prepare for the Whatnot sale as well. So please check that out. Also, please subscribe. I can't say that enough. I can't say that enough. I want everyone that's in the comic community to know about this channel because we have, I want to just show you guys. Also, where is it at? Oh, let's share this. Just to show you guys real quick before I go. Boom. We got Doug Mahnke animations, guys. Like, dude, this is the official channel of Doug Mahnke. Like, we're just doing all of this stuff, and I'm editing it, and we got some widescreen stuff we're gonna do. It's gonna be fantastic, guys. Look at this stuff. Not that. Dude, Bane's Big Bench Day. This is the longest version of Bane's Bench Day you're going to see. Thank you so much, Our Business. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. We work hard. Mark and I and David, we work hard. Doug works hard. I'm just happy that they like rocking with me. But this is what we have every Tuesday. There's new animations that I'm dropping that Doug's giving me the privilege of splicing these together, putting them all together, adding music to them. It's just fantastic. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, oh, this one's sick. If you're not subscribed to the channel, man, I don't know what you're missing. There's no channel on YouTube that have this kind of unique comic book content where we have unique interviews, and then we also make content with comic book creators. Okay, so you're not gonna see stuff like this anywhere. You should be checking this out. And we also have interviews. You see Todd. But this right here just absolutely kicks ass. This kicks ass. Fantastic. So if you haven't subscribed to the Sig Slayers station, please do that tonight. Do it right now. Check out this. Every Tuesday, I'm dropping a new one. And there's one. Oh, my God. I can't wait to show you guys what we're whipping up for Tuesday. It is insane. If you are a DC fan, you're going to love the animation that we're going to drop on Tuesday. This one here, another one. So this is an endless reservoir of creativity. Please subscribe to the Sig Slayers station. We'll be doing Stash Wars Live once again next week on Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern. Let me just show you guys one more, man. I'm sprung on these. Batman Off-World. This is The Process. This is David Barron, The Process. So we're going to be unpacking this. Oh, my God. He did a Simpsons, Phineas and Ferb splice. This is a battle. Like, it's insane, man. Man, big up to Our Business, man. Like, I'm that made my night right there. That made my night. But we're about to end the show. Thank you guys once again. Please subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Every Friday we'll be having Stash Wars Live. I won't be alone next week, so I will have a panel with me next week. So stay tuned to find out what the topic is going to be. And please check our polls. We do weekly polls. I did ask the question, who's the top comic book artist? So head over to the poll section, on Sig Slayers channel, and tell us who you think. So if you didn't get a chance to vote in the chat, you can still vote on our post on IG. So everybody have a great night. We out of here. Peace.